to the CSI Arena and the 2018 U.S. Open 10-Ball Championships. We are hosted here in Griff's Bar and Billiards in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we are proudly presented by CueSports International. Our proud sponsors of the event include the Rio Hotel and Casino, Simonis, Diamond, Cyclop Balls, Acme Cases, and Predator 1080 Pure Chalk. We are being streamed on playcsipool.com/watch-live. And we have a great matchup coming for you now. This is our semi-final matchup. And these two players met earlier in the tournament, and one of them sent the other one to the one-loss side. So it is a rematch of an earlier match. This is a race 2-9. Alternate break. Rack your own. And now let's meet our two opponents for this match. First up, hailing from the United States of America, he's sponsored by Fowler Electric and Canella Spirits. He's currently in line to be on this year's Moscone Cup team and will be at the boot camp this coming week. Let's put our hands together for Mitch Ellerman! And his opponent also from the United States of America. He's sponsored by Q-Tech, the USA Pool League, Ultimate Team Gear. He's a 5-time U.S. Open 9-ball champion, and he is the current reigning champion of this event. Ladies and gentlemen, Shane Van Boening. Right now, I'd like to turn it over to my two esteemed and tremendous colleagues in the booth, Freddie Agnier and George Teachea. And gentlemen, you may lag for break and have a great match.
Well, welcome back, everybody. 2018 U.S. Open 10-Ball Championship. This is the finals of the West Side, the one-loss side bracket. Freddie Agnier here with George Teachea.
Hello, everyone, and what a tremendous match we have.
This is a revenge matchup.
Yeah.
John mentioned that one of these sent the other to the one-loss side, and it was actually Mitch Ellerman that
sent Shane. Now, you know, Fargo Rate is well surprised about that because according to Fargo Rate, with his 819 versus 744, Shane is 86%
favored. Which also means that 14% of the time, if they were played 100 times, I guess 14 times,
yep,
Mitch would win.
Mitch would win.
We
so
got one.
Mitch would win 14 out of 100 times, and well, there might be another 14 in the forecast, or will the 86 take over? We'll take a look.
Oh,
we get to see
it.
It was a 9-7 win. It was a big win for Mitch, and but this is a semifinal match. The winner of this goes back to the finals to meet Alex Pagaline. Mitch had the hot seat. And
Mitch did not have the hot seat match with Alex.
Exactly.
Alex has
Mitch
the hot
played
seat.
the hot seat match.
Mitch has been breaking well. Mitch, I believe, has won every lag that I have looked at. So I believe this is the third time he's on the stream. Second or third, but here he is winning the lag again. Didn't make a
third time on the stream.
Yeah, third time on the stream. Won the lag every time. That's big because if you go 8-8 hill,
sure,
he'd get the final break, and he's been breaking really well. Well, didn't make a ball, and the 1-9, as we can all see, is in the bottom right.
And he's got a kick shot at it, and he probably has a cut shot at it.
Yeah, but I don't think he can make the 9, so seems like sticking the cue ball there is prudent. How did he get here? How did Shane get here, George?
Shane defeated Chip Compton in his first match, then Donnie Mills, lost to Mitch, then went down to the B side. And where did he come from here? Then he went on to defeat Josh Roberts, Warren Kiamko, the Warrior, Ian Costello, the Undercover Man,
pretty good effort.
Torsten Homan, Dennis Hatch.
That was a tough one there.
Eklund Kachi. now he meets this young man for his revenge. Mitch, on the other hand, stayed in the winner's bracket till the hot seat match, losing that to Alex Pagulayan. And he defeated Kurt Gombayashi.
Kobayashi, you keep throwing the M in there. Our apologies to Kurt.
Defeated him.
Good.
And then Billy Thorpe, Shane Van Boening, Corey Duell, Dennis Hatch, and of course losing to Alex Pagulayan.
Well, back at the table here, Mitch had to kick at a good safety. The 1 and 6, as you can see there. If this 1 ball goes, he shoots it, but now that he's staring it down, maybe it doesn't go. Plus the 2 ball doesn't go anywhere. I guess it goes past the 8 ball, tight pocket up there. Here's something interesting. Mitch was playing on this table when I came in. He was practicing on it. Shane had been earlier, but then Shane moved to another table and has been practicing on a completely different table for the last half an hour.
Shane has been on this table for, I believe, 3 streams also. And he's one of the players that have played on it and is well adjusted to it. Both players seem comfortable on this table.
I'm not sure comfortable is the right word, but Mitch, I really like how Mitch is attacking this table. Even if he misses, at least he's in attack mode, and that doesn't seem to be in tentative mode like some of the players have been in this table.
Is he bumping it to a shot?
He actually played a carom there. As you can see, the 6 ball went pretty quickly to the right as we viewed it. Well, he can at least see the 2. The 2 didn't have much of a future to begin with, so the fact that he can see this 2 is probably the best of it. And it looks like he might even have a combination.
He's calling the 4 ball. Looks like it might go off the 9.
It has a good shot.
Mm-hmm. The 9 makes the pocket just a little bit bigger. As long as he doesn't hit it, you know, too thick. If it hits it.
If it hits it.
Yeah, if it hits it. Because from this angle, we can't tell if it brushes it or not.
Well, it looks like it's going straight at it from this angle.
Okay. He's going to cut this thin.
I think Shane would rather see the other angle. Feels like he's actually.
But he's not shooting it. He did shoot it and made
it. Went straight in.
And he's going to get.
It's a combination, but
different
things are going the wrong way.
Well, he's got 2 shots. Cut it to the corner, or cut it off the set. Play it off the 7 on the side. And of course, both shots very difficult.
Very difficult. And I can't tell whether or not the 8 makes that. From this angle, the 8 makes that pocket big, but from the top angle, it looks like it makes it small.
Well, it makes it big in the sense that if he hits the rail way before it, but
right.
if he misses it that bad, you know, he's missed it that bad.
Well, maybe he just shoots it right into the rail.
That could be.
Let's see. I would think he's shooting it.
Shoots at the 5. And big break for Mitch. He gets to come to the table with a nice shot on the deuce. And nothing is in his way.
Advantage.
This is up to him.
Advantage Mitch Ellerman.
First game.
First open shot here.
Open shot, open table. And the 10 ball is not going to get him. He's got a nice pace on that ball to come over for the 3. 5 balls in the middle of the table. Looking down the barrel of him coming off the rail.
This will set the tone. I mean, this is a big match. Every match is big, but
well,
this is his home room. He's playing the #1 player in the world.
The first game is ever important in every match. I've heard it said by many players and many commentators, the first and the last game are the hardest to win.
Oh, Mitch looks really good here. All the way back to the rail. Oh, he kind of stabbed at that.
Successful stab.
Successful stab, though. You know, normally his stroke is so silky smooth, or it just looks very coordinated.
Yep.
He was a bit stretched out, but he's good.
Playing the 10 ball on the side, he's going to go forward a little bit. Use the side rail to nuzzle up for a good shot on this 10.
Perfecto.
Yep. this is his home room, so he is familiar with the table, with the surroundings.
Yep. And as I said, he was practicing for the last half an hour on this table.
Sure.
So if he doesn't know it by now, you will never know me.
You know, the one thing I spoke with him yesterday in regards to which table he plays on when he's here, things like that, and he plays the table next to it that has tighter pockets.
Tighter pockets. And I'm sure he fireballs in those pockets too.
Well, yeah, see, Mitch likes to stroke the ball, so
he's got a very controlled stroke.
Yeah. He likes to hit the back of the pocket, and he likes to hear that whack.
Yeah, ring in the bell.
Mm-hmm. First game to Mitch Ellerman in a race to 9. Big break.
Big break.
Big break. Balls are still floating around. There's a couple that's still rolling.
Well, he's got a full look at the one, but
Yes.
the 2 balls all the way down table. So, you know, like telestrators are drawing on here. But
You know, it'd be nice to kind of have it, but
yeah.
look at the path he has to the 2 ball.
Yeah,
Right between the 9-6, between the 3.
I was drawing on one of these screens like a telestrator, but then the whiteout dried out. Do you like drawing this ball or trying to follow? I mean, I know you just said
follow to the middle of the table.
And back down to the
Follow
right
the
of the
middle of the
5 or
table.
all the way to, or 2 rail to the center.
Between the 9 and the 6. Straight, 1 rail, right to the center.
2 rail is
He likes to go
he
all the
likes
way
to go,
around.
and he's got to go. He's
And
got to
he's
go.
gonna
He's
have to
going to get
go.
there. He's going to
He's
get
not
there.
there.
He's not there. He's not there.
See, he had a nice path.
Should have
between all
gone
the
your
balls.
way. Should have
Nope.
gone your way.
The path was there.
Yeah.
It was a simple path that comes straight down towards the line shape, like we've talked, for the 2. And he'd have a little cut on it and then come up for the 3 to the middle.
He's looking at the bank here, but where is that? Oh, okay. So it looks like it's
And
okay. I got to see that up top view to see where those balls are pointed.
If he's banking this ball, he's got to take away the kiss. He has to English out of the kiss. Yeah, it was tough.
It was tough because it did miss.
But he's gotten a safety.
Good shot.
He's gotten a safety. His speed was good. He played the cue ball to play a 2-way shot. Make it, and I'm good. Miss it, and I'm probably safe, and got the ladder.
You know, on that bank, you play a lot of one pocket, George. That bank there, when I was growing up, people would always talk about seeing or not seeing the pocket with the object ball and then the kisses on. But as I've gotten older and a little bit wiser, there's a part of the pocket that if you're blocked, it's a dead kiss. Where straight into the pocket, you can get out of it.
You can out of it. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. You can English your way. That rule isn't steadfast.
Right, and
it can be Englished away sometimes. A lot of the times you're looking at a dead
No
kiss no
chance
matter
whatsoever.
what you're doing. In other words, give it up. It's going to be, that kiss has been there for 2,000 years.
Right,
So for 2,000 more, it'll still be there.
Still be there. Kiss was there, and it kissed you.
But meanwhile,
Mitch
Shane
has left
has
this very, very well.
this long shot on this deuce. Makeable. 9 feet away.
And you got to just kind of roll it. Nope.
It's going in the side pocket.
It's
It's
gonna
going to get
leave
safe.
Well, it's not even
no.
a good spot here. Oh, can he make this ball? It's
think
close. It's close.
He
and
can
it
mini
gets-
jump it. If you can't see it, he can mini jump it.
And the 4 ball is there to stop this
Exactly.
cue ball from going
Yeah,
anywhere.
no mini jump. He's just going to go
Just-
right to it.
Look out.
No, there's the
Hold
bad
it.
part.
But the 4 ball's going to come down, so if he cozies it, the 4 ball's right there with him. So let's see if he can get here.
He still has to drop his cue on this ball and elevate it. And I don't care who you are, this can affect your accuracy.
And what a shot.
Yeah, that.
Really didn't bother him one bit.
And
that was a difficult shot. That's
Yeah.
a professional
Yeah.
stroke right there.
Well, you know, he's a professional player.
That's right.
And he's a 744 Fargo. He's a 744 working Fargo.
Ah, boy, that was too good of a shot for that ball not to hang up.
He works for a living. He's not on the road full time. He's not playing full time.
Yep.
So he's a 744 working Fargo, which means that if he was doing this all the time, and it didn't bore him,
it might be a little higher.
yeah, it might be considerably higher.
Certainly, I'm rooting for him to get on the Mosconi Cup.
Yes.
That was a bit unfortunate there. He made such a good shot on the 3-ball to get on the 4-ball.
Yeah, as a commentator, I have no preference. I have no horse in this game. I have no money on this game. But as a friend, I have to pull for him a little bit.
Well, we'll forgive you on that one,
Okay.
I think.
But I'll be objective.
I'll root for the other guy because he's just a winner.
He's a
But
winner.
You know what?
He's a reigning champion. This would be this would if he gets to the finals and wins this, it would be his 3rd year in a row to win the U.S. Open 10-ball championship.
Well, good shot there. Had to run into the ball, and looks like he should polish this off.
1 year on the 7-foot table, and it would be 2 years on the 9-foot table.
Well, we can just watch him do his magic. Nothing
your
to do
thing.
here but put the
Roll
balls
up.
in.
Just past the straight line. Oh, so perfect. So look at this now. You just stun over it. Just that little tiny angles like that. It just makes pool for you when you're shooting like this so much easier. And it makes, when you're viewing it, it looks so
better.
easy. Like, gosh, the guy doesn't play that good. He never has a hard shot.
Never has a hard shot. Not impressive at all. No hero shots.
Nope, nope.
No miracle outs.
Mark of a good player.
No YouTube videos for that.
Yeah, mark of a good player is you never shoot a hard shot. You stay on the right line, you stay in shape, stay in line. You never shoot a hard shot. Only shot that's straight in is the 10-ball. The rest of them have a slight angle to lead you to your next position shot. Watch this big break by Mitch. Slapped around, it's coming down. It's not going to scratch, but it didn't make a ball.
Didn't make a ball, and it didn't have the big pop like he
No.
normally does.
No,
so
it didn't. So let's say that maybe he didn't hit it quite as well as he was hitting them yesterday.
Well,
That particular break.
that particular break,
Yeah.
right?
Didn't hit it quite as good. Or maybe he practiced and took some off the break a little bit to make more balls, since they are using the magic ball rack.
Yeah, we saw that
Yep,
yesterday.
we
A few
saw
people
several
drop
players
down.
do that. They dropped,
5-ball.
and
Oh,
this is
going
going
to be no good. Oh, it is.
It's going to
good.
be
It is
very good.
Thought it was going to bump the 10-ball and
Yes.
stick right there, but pretty good shot.
He has a kick off the bottom rail. He's going to take a little spin. I'm not sure if he does not have a 2-railer at it. I don't think. Yeah, off the top corner there. Yeah, he'll probably put his finger where he's going to see. He's trying to see where he's going to go with this. He could call it in the side off the 6.
Well,
And that's about his angle to come into it too.
He called it into the first diamond up there. That's what he did. He pointed right at the diamond. And where could he possibly go? Can he actually?
He can kick behind it.
Yes, he's not.
Oh.
Yeah, see? He right
And
to the first diamond.
There's his. Whoa! Oh my!
Yeah, see, I mean, I didn't think there was a way he could actually make it, but he pointed at the diamond. I was thinking maybe he's kicking over the diamond. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what he was doing.
Well,
And that's what he did.
these tight pockets can work against you,
And
and they can work for you. That particular instance, he's happy for tight pockets.
Boy, what a tremendous break that was
Yes.
from Mitch.
I'm assuming that Shane can get to where he has his cue, because he's looking at his angle to come off that spot, and it looks like it goes right between the 2 and the 5.
Look how deep that
to
is.
an angle, yeah.
Wow.
You know, anytime you hang up a ball like that, you always sit back and say, how did that ball hang up? Well, Mitch isn't saying that. He is saying, I'm glad that ball hung up.
What a
Nice
shot.
hit. So close to making it. And Mitch probably will just rear back and fire the ball cross side, as he just indicated. See, if you notice, I always wait for him to indicate. These
Indicate.
things before.
Oh boy, that was really not close.
Well, he made the ball inside. It's yellow, just not the right one. He's playing the combo.
I think so. He has the option of passing back, but I think you go ahead and take this one on.
Would you pass that back?
No, no, you're almost under exactly the right line, and the one ball's heading towards towards a good position.
Yep. Well, I don't know if he can hit it with speed to hold the one ball for that right-hand corner. But that's Shane.
Yeah, we do the drag draw, maybe.
He might hit it and have it go 2 rails to the bottom corner.
Oh, he's hitting it
kind of like that,
kind of like that to some other corner.
Yeah, but to try to hold it for that corner.
Probably a fool's game.
Well, not so much. It just have to be more accurate, and you're more accurate with your stroke.
Another tough position here. Cut this ball and roll around the table. 1, 2, 3.
We've seen
a safety here, right on top of the one.
Right on top of the 8.
Yeah.
And safety it is, and right up against it. He's in tight on that. He's taken away the left-hand rail to kick at it.
What about the right-hand rail? I know that you saw him in the background kind of do a body English thing. Yeah,
well, if he's off the 8 ball, he might be able to use the right-hand rail, but I don't think he's off the 8 ball. I think he's right on it. He could go 2 rails to the top by just inside the 4 and come down right at the ball. And that's exactly what he's doing. 2 rail kick just by the 10. I mean, he's going to come really very close to that 10 ball. In fact, I think if he tries to make it, he nibbles the 10. If he hits the top of it, it could go up, and the cue ball slides across and banks the 1 past the 7.
He's going to hit this about 5.
Oh, he's coming different. He's coming.
Whoa. Spin 3. Oh.
Pretty creative shot. In traffic.
I think he analyzed that and said the 2-railer coming to the left corner probably hits the 10. It was that good of a safety.
He made a great shot.
Tricky position here is that 3 ball.
Yeah, he came real close to hitting that ball.
It doesn't look like a good path to get to the 3 ball.
Well, he can get to the 3 ball above the 6. He can also probably play the 3 ball off the 6. More than likely, he might move the 3 ball. He's lined up like he might, but I don't think he moves the ball here. I think he plays it just next to the
45-degree line. 2 rails. Oh, he goes to the move.
Hello.
Oh, wow, that's just another brutal thingy.
Well,
I mean, he was forced to do something like that.
A
little bit unlucky.
Freddie, I'm going to have to disagree. I don't like to disagree, but I think if he plays the ball right up next to the 6, he's got a draw shot for position on the 4, and he's dead out. I think he tried to do a little too much.
You think he was trying to break out that ball?
No, I think he was trying to hit the rail just before the 6 ball.
Yeah.
And I thought he could just go up there without going to the rail because it got tricky. Something like that could happen.
Sure.
It was a very small landing area for the cue ball. But he is the best player in the world, so I'm sorry. I can't say. I'm not going to question him. He knows his capabilities.
Yeah, I'm thinking that he was just trying to get over there. Maybe run into the 6 ball as a blocker, but it touched the 3 and then it went around the 6.
When he came off the bottom rail and with the speed that he used, it looked like he was trying to do something.
Okay.
Other than just roll up next to the 6 for shape.
Mitch is going to try to take back. Hello.
Oh, he wants to take that to the back. He's got the 7 ball. He'll probably just stop it right there, go towards the rail a little bit, and shoot the 8 ball on the side. He'll just stun this ball. Although these guys do like to move the ball around. No, he just stunned the ball. Just perfect.
Maybe a little more angle and he would have gone above. But didn't have to, so jack up and stop this ball.
He's perfect. He's happy with what he did.
Oh, we have to draw this back, but he likes to hit him. He likes to make the ball move. Probably the right thing anyway. Yeah, on that shot. He didn't want to go away from it. Mitch Ellerman is up 2-1. taking advantage of a mistake, ball in hand mistake by Shane.
You know, with Fargo Rate saying that Shane is a 86%, he'll win 86% of the time. Mitch wins at 14. Let's see how many games Fargo would give Mitch. Let's go back to that. Find a fair match. Nice to have this Fargo app. And the other thing is there's going to be some new stuff coming out.
Oh, huge.
On the medium, he would get 9-7. On the hot, it'd be 10-7.
4 balls.
9-6.
4 balls in the break.
And he says, Fargo that. For you tournament directors out there that like to do Fargo rates, this match would be 10-7 if you're playing hot, 9-7 if you're playing medium, and 9-8 if you're playing mild.
Not many balls to block this. Cool. Yeah, he went. Go ahead and went for it. It's kind of like a two-way shot.
Yeah. There was no balls to block it, but the
Right.
point of the pocket sure did.
Tough shot.
Mm-hmm. He'll cut this and come down by the 10 ball. Play the 4 on the side and proceed to take advantage of Shane's error as long as he makes his first crucial shot. And he doesn't, and he gives it up, but not completely.
Nope.
He's going to let. He's going to treetop Shane over the 5.
That was a tough shot also.
Yeah,
That
it was.
one, even on big pockets, sometimes
Yeah.
that ball's awfully tough to thin that in like that.
Those are tough shots. And you have to play the ghost ball and just barely feather the ball.
Yeah, or slightly rail 1st with that inside to kick it in. That was a delicate little shot. There was a whole bunch of balls that could have gone behind.
You know, when you're tree-topped over a ball and to control your speed like he just did, that was very, very nice. Yeah,
Very professional.
very nice. Well done.
You see how sometimes he does that, like right at the last moment of his stroke, he hitches to slow it down. I mean, to try to teach that's like impossible.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a player that I watched last year for the first time that does that. Very, very well. That's Roberto Gomez. You'll see him bring that cue stick back real soft and then, come through. And it's almost like an exaggerated slowdown coming back from the backswing. And Shane has converted this.
I was about to say the exaggerated slowdown, longer than the 1.618 to 1 ratio, the golden ratio.
And we're tied. We're on break.
On serve.
Mitch had a good opportunity to break his break there, and take a.
He had an opportunity.
Advantage. Yeah.
I'm not sure it was a good opportunity.
No.
He was sort of forced to shoot that shot.
You can't pass it back.
You're right. Can't. Even if you could, you probably have to take that. If that was 2-shot rollout, he would have shot it.
Oh, yeah, I think so. And he didn't hit that as hard.
Little
he didn't
flat
hit those
again.
as hard.
Little flat again.
And nothing under. There goes the deuce. But look where his cue ball is. Way down at the bottom of the table. And the 1 ball is way up at the top of the table.
Yeah, I don't see a 2-3 railer to get down behind these balls again.
I see him one railing the 1 ball behind those balls and the cue ball over by the 3.
By the 3 ball.
Uh-huh.
Got to get there. No.
Didn't get over. Didn't get over, didn't find cover. He was ducking for cover.
What's his angle look like? Does it go the other way? It goes the wrong way. If you could stop it, I suppose. But I'd like to see Shane rear back and fire a draw shot right up to him and we're back down between the 8 and the 10.
I think he comes right between the 3 and the 7 over towards the, between the, is that the 5 there? The 5 and the 7. And he comes over a little bit to about there for the 3. He's got a little bit of an angle. Just a hair, it looks like. Or is he straight?
Well, that's the whole important
Yeah.
question here. Oh, he's
Oh,
straight.
no,
he's
he's
straight. He's on
straight.
the good
Okay,
side
he's
here. I
good.
thought it was the
He's
other
good.
way around, so just draw this to the middle of the table.
That first angle that I saw, and it looked like he could go to the side rail.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
He's perfect. But the 4 ball,
4 ball, there's a little slap there.
he's got to get, if he can hit the 10 ball with the cue ball, he's perfect. If he can put it in that area, right next to the 10, or within 4 inches of the 10, he has a shot on the 4. You have a window between the 5, 7.
What about with the 8 ball? If he just slides it over and hits the 8, is he in
That
a good
works.
position
That
too?
works.
Because the 7 ball looks good to hold the. It's going to be a bunch of bumping, right?
Actually, if he bumps the 8 ball, as long as he hits the left side of it, he can slide. He'll slide in line.
Yeah.
It'll work.
He's
we can
looking
draw
at way down here.
Mm-hmm.
Lay it on the rail.
Yeah, we can draw these lines and things like this, but he's got to execute it.
That's right.
And it's tough to do. It's easy to say. It's real tough to do. Now, if we had to do it, well, we're going to fail miserably. But if he has to do it, he has a higher degree of success than we do. Hit the 10, he's coming down. Not good.
Oh, boy. This might be in the
Well,
drink.
this might work.
Perfect position.
He's in a good position to make the ball. This is a hard ball to make. He's 7 feet away from the pocket. And
maybe you just play safe here.
I don't think he plays safe. I think he makes this ball and probably just holds the ball. Plays a 5 in the same pocket. These are tough shots.
Definitely.
These are not gimmies. They're a long way away, and players prefer to play that 4 ball to the opposite corner than where he's going to play it.
Short side position.
Unless he does, like what Freddie said, play safe. He just stopped his stroke. He's about to deliver, and he says, nope, no. You know who does that a lot, too, is Alex.
Yeah, it's almost like he does it on purpose.
Mm-hmm. And you thought I was going to shoot, huh? Ha-ha. Nice crowd here at Griff's Bar and Billiards for this match. It's 1 p.m. on a Saturday. Did I get that right?
I believe it is Saturday. Okay. Very nicely done. But does he have a shot?
No,
the crowd is appreciative, but he just tickled the 5.
Now, give you an idea of the degree of difficulty on what looks like an easy shot.
Yeah.
He didn't put any English on that ball other than to follow for it, because you'll risk missing it since he had to elevate a little bit, and that's he's the best player in the world, and he had to settle for that position. He's going behind the 7 ball with the cue ball, I think.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, he might decide to just go ahead and bank it. I don't think so, but
that'd be quite a shot.
it's a good shot. He can bank it, play the cue ball around the 7.
That's what it looks like he's going to try to do. Just hold it right there. There you go. A little sort of like a circle draw, back and forth, nip draw.
Yeah, right behind the 6.
Right behind
the cue ball got a rail.
Yep.
He drew the cue ball back to the rail, so he's good. Mitch has a nice kick, but where's he going to kick it to? He's going to kick it to open space. And when he comes off the 5, it's going to be coming up towards the 9 or higher. So he can't go 2 rails. But he's rather creative with his kicks and with his rails. So
yeah, it looks like
he's jumping this ball, huh?
Masse kick, I believe.
I think he's going to jump bank.
Oh boy!
I didn't see where he called it.
What? Oh, he deserved that. Are you kidding me? How'd that not go in then? Well, probably if we were standing right there, it didn't have a chance. But from this side, You hit that awfully well.
I used to have a friend that you'd sit there and make that same comment you just did, where you said, "How did that not go in?"
Yeah.
And he'd be a smart aleck and say, "Hit it in the wrong spot."
Didn't go in because it didn't go in.
Yeah.
Did he get
Didn't
there?
go in because he hit it in the wrong
Okay.
spot.
Yeah, he's a little short here, so there's that Shane kind of smirkish. Because you'd hate to pound this one in just to get it off the cushion. Do you cinch it, or do you just do it?
He can hit it a little firm and come off the rail just a hair. He comes off this rail pretty good. You can probably get it off 4 or 5 inches. Oh, you follow it. That's how you come off the rail. Ready?
Yeah.
I mean, you should have known that.
Well, I thought he would follow it. Then I looked at him stroke, and it looked like he was hitting center ball.
Right, it did. Like he was going to pop it off the side.
Yeah. Low left-hand English, or just low, hair left.
Just come.
Yeah. No, it's just one of those pattern drills. Up table, down table, up table, down table.
He's ironing the table.
Yeah.
And this will take a lead. This is Mitch's break. A mini break here.
A mini break. You know, he looks like he's really rearing back to fire this. So is he going to play the 10 ball in the side pocket? He is playing in the side pocket. Well-o. I'm sure he'd rather not have it on the cushion.
I don't think anyone likes to shoot off the cushion. But some players do it exceptionally well. This is one of them.
Yeah, that's for sure. 3-2, Shane Van Boening trying to do a three-peat on the U.S. Open 10-ball championship.
He's fighting. He's fighting for his three-peat. And Mitch is trying to stand in his way. Stand right up to him and say, "You got to run me down, buddy."
The finals will be right after this at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And it will be an extended race to 11.
Alex Pagulayan is waiting in the wings. Our 8-ball champion from last year. And the 8-ball starts later this afternoon. At Griff's Bar and Billiards, home of the U.S. Open Championships.
Shane has his breakdown. He had like 4 balls in the break. One of the last times he broke. See what he does here. Yeah, that's just one ball. Balls are fighting to go in.
Is there a parking space right there for that cue ball?
I think so.
He seems to have found it. Because he parked it pretty good.
Well, looks like this one ball, even though it's a little bit difficult, you just shoot this ball. 2 balls hanging out waiting for him. It goes in both corner pockets, so I would think that he'd be shooting it into the lower left corner pocket, but the speed might bring him all the way back down here. 1, 2, 3, perfect. Bottom left corner.
He's going to fall forward a little bit, go to the rail, probably make sure he doesn't go into the side pocket.
I'm probably not the first person to ever say this, but Shane is awfully good. I mean, I just love watching him shoot, as all of us do, you know?
He's one of those players that when you're playing him, you have to remember that you're in competition with him, and you don't just want to watch him shoot. So you want to watch him in the chair.
That's exactly right.
But
that's where it's the privilege to be able to just sit here and watch him from here. You know.
That's one of the good things about and what I enjoy about doing commentary is we usually have one of the best seats in the house.
Yeah.
And we're right up against it right here. And oh, hello.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of best seats in the house, he's going to take one because he just missed a very makeable shot.
Well,
and it's a big break for Mitch.
You've been saying all along how tight these side pockets there are, but
yeah,
my goodness.
Yeah,
there's no way you'd bet that he would have missed that shot.
When the pockets are 4 1/4, that usually means that the side pockets are an inch bigger, and these might not be 5. You know, they might not be that big.
Mitch just barely undercut that ball, and it shows. It shows because he was trying to get below here in the short side position. I'm surprised actually the ball went in. The 4 ball, it went right into the face, right off the point.
This is a tough shot. He's got to get by that 8 and hold inside the pocket. He didn't. It went up high.
And he's going to get a very fortunate roll that Shane can't just run out here.
Yeah, he's going to be up against the 6. He might play the 6.
I'd like to see Mitch's energy back up. He's a little bit sluggish right now, probably because he just watched this other guy shooting back at him.
Yeah, send him a Red Bull.
But maybe that's what he needs.
Or some kind of energy drink.
Performance enhancing energy drink.
There you go.
I think we call that PED.
PED.
Tough, tricky shot here to get safe.
I actually like those throughout the course of the day, but it's usually a vitamin one with B12, and not the caffeine ones. The B vitamins do a good job of energizing you. So I hear. Well, he's pointing
up table. Which one? The cue ball? I guess so.
The cue ball is going up table. The 5 ball is going to the left.
It may just actually stay right there.
Yeah.
If you can hit the 6 full in the face, it should stop right there, and maybe he plays his 1 rail up there. See where he puts the cue stick right there, right by the 8 ball, or covered by the 8 ball. Yep.
Yeah.
Stuck it right there.
Yeah, but he's not going to hook him.
It looks pretty tough.
He did hook him. Thanks, Shane.
That looks like very hooked.
I like being told to shut up and hold your place. I thought that ball came off, and looking on the monitor, it looked like it wasn't going to hook him. Mitch has to kick it, and he's going to be kicking to open space. So he's got to try to kick it in the pocket, I guess. Or he can kick it straight up. That'd be the best thing if he can kick it straight up the table. The cue ball might hold behind the 6, or in that area.
2 railing it in the side pocket. At least that's what he's aiming up.
And
might be a good idea because now you're shooting to an area that's not open because the 8 ball is right there.
Well, think about it. If he misses the side pocket and comes close to it, the ball bounces to where his cue is.
That's right.
Yeah. So, and he can hit it with decent speed to hold it in the middle of the table, hopefully.
Well, now he's going 1 rail this way. Watch it. He needs a good roll here. Nope.
Well,
Shane back at the table.
About to make this a full break, not a mini break.
Good shot.
Pretty standard. 50-yard line.
50-yard line. Doesn't like it, but pretty favored here. Do you like going forward, or do you like drawing to the side?
I like drawing to the side and coming over to the right side, playing the 10 on the left. Or as you're looking at this, he's going to come down table to the bottom of your screen and then play the 10 at the upper left-hand corner.
Put a little juice on it, but you shouldn't have a problem here. Four to 2, starting to stretch.
You don't want that man that's racking the, that's sitting down to get away from you. You got to keep him in your sights. So this is a very important rack for Mitch. That guy in the star in the flag shirt. You don't want to give him 2-game lead. And Mitch is going to try to cool him off a little bit. He's going to go wash his hands.
Good idea.
Cool his jets and come back and do what he did in his other matches. Run out. And we're back. Mitch is back and about to break the balls, trailing 2-4 in a race to 9 against Shane Van Boening. He smacked those. Made a ball. Yes, he did.
How was his break that time? I didn't hear the big explosion.
It was a little harder than the flat ones that, you know, the last two.
Cutting a tough one in the side just to get down to the 2. Is the 8 ball in a good spot? Probably.
Might not be there in a second.
Gotta get through. Good slice. He's got to get a good bump here. Don't get behind the 4 ball. Don't get behind the 4 ball. Oh boy. Running tough now.
Freddie, next time use reverse psychology.
Oh, that's right. Should have said get behind the 4. That wouldn't have been
Go
very
ahead,
nice.
roll up to it.
That wouldn't have been very nice if I said get up on the 4 ball and it did. Oh, he's just kicking to hit this ball. If he was able to actually kick this right in, that would be like a 1 in 100 shot.
Yeah. He might. Is he going 2 rails or 1?
Where's the second rail that he'd hit?
Oh, I thought he might shoot it to the right. He was looking at it like he wanted. He's going 1.
You see, I did the reverse psychology. I said it was 1 in 100, and he made it.
I knew if I got you confused, that Mitch would make the shot. What a shot.
He's got the grin going. I mean, how many times do you shoot that one and make it from that distance?
I don't know, but when you do, you enjoy it.
Enjoy it, that's right. Well, he didn't cozy up to the 4 ball, so do you think Shane's going to shoot exactly the same shot? No, he's got the jump stick going, but that 4 ball quite close to the cushion. Mitch had a jump shot earlier like this. It landed right on top of the rail, but still stayed on the bed. That jump bank that he did. I guess, do you think that he's going to try to make this ball? I guess he's going to try to make this ball, but how do you do that and keep the cue ball on the table? It's going to land just right.
We're going to watch.
We're going to watch.
We're going to live and learn.
I still can't get over that
kick
full
shot?
straight back kick, full in the face, and perfect and he could see the floor to at least play the safety.
Yeah, ball traveled about 15 feet.
At warp speed.
Yeah. And
yeah, so he's thought about this now, and the jump shot not
still thinking about it.
Well, that's a lot of effort to go and pick up that long cue stick. You think he's going to switch again? No, three rails to where?
It's a big ball to hit this way. It's a
Yeah.
smaller ball to hit the one kick like Mitch just made. And this jump is, you know, he jumps so well. So most players, I would say, would probably jump it off the table. With him, I think he can land the ball softly.
Well, he's kicking at it 3 rails around, and if it goes in the side, I'm assuming he called in the side. If not, it'll be safe, I think. Well,
look at his cue ball.
He's safe. Good things happen there. And the 8 ball gets to be in a funny position. Actually, he was in a funny position a second ago, and he just kicked it into just a little bit less funny position.
He just put it on the other side of the pocket from where it was. And Mitch does kick very well on his shots. He's tough to
get a ball
to play safe. Yeah, tough to play safe against, because he'll kick the ball, and he usually hits the side of the ball that he's trying to hit, which means he can kick, you know, safe, just like Shane just did, with a high percentage, or a higher percentage than most people. He can go 2 rails underneath this, underneath the 7-5. He's calling in the corner. That's just what he's doing. He's actually going 2. That keeps the cue ball down here.
And
he's not kicked it. He's kicked it to an open position, and Shane has a nice shot in the side pocket or to the corner.
If Shane gets this 4 ball in, again, it's that 8 ball is the funny position, but it's off the point. Really shouldn't be an issue. Only challenge here, the biggest challenge here, I think, is that he's on the cushion, but he should be able to handle this pretty well, I think.
He's playing in the corner, I think. Yeah, just nice and soft. And he might
stretch it out.
Not might. He looks to stretch as a lead to 3 games. 8 ball is tough. 7 to the 8. And he's left the cue ball in an excellent position. My question is, will he leave the cue ball on the rail?
Always tough to leave it on the rail. It's going to bounce off just a hair. Oh.
There's my answer.
He's going to shake his head. Yep, there you go. Drop the stick.
Why?
Because he needed to give a little bit off the rail. Just a little off the rail. These pockets are so tight.
Is the 8 on the rail? I thought the 8 was a hair off.
Let's see. Obviously, he does not like it, which
this is a tough shot.
Just a little off the rail would have been fine. Died right on the rail.
Yeah.
Now he's got to be as flat as possible.
You just come back a little bit.
Right, and that's the problem, trying to draw this ball if both balls are under. So he decided just to stop it.
And
take it.
He can go around. Right hand English to go 3 rails with the cue ball. And take your medicine.
And should be able to make this right. I mean, that's it. Just take the tough shot. This isn't even a tough shot for him, but it's not straight in either.
This man's quest to
continues.
Continues.
It continues.
Coming closer, he can see. You can see he has an advantage. He's halfway to the 9 that he needs. Mitch, on the other hand, can't do a thing about it until Shane breaks, and he can come to the table. He can't do a thing out of the chair. good thing about this place is the chairs are comfortable.
5-2. Shane Van Boening versus really hometown Mitch Ellerman. Mitch is, how long has Mitch lived here in Las Vegas?
About a year now, I think.
Okay.
He still comes down to Phoenix quite a bit, and
well, this is another great break. And if Shane can make it to the left side of the table after he pockets the 2-ball, probably will run out another rack.
yeah, he'll probably use some left English on this one, cut it in, and try to get right where he's at now.
Yeah, I would think so. He did look at down table below the 2-ball just to see if it goes up table. So, he's
so you think he might go to the right
well,
side?
I think he just put that into his information bank just to see what he'd do.
Yeah, he's got the.
It looks like he'd go to the left part of the 2-ball.
Nice and soft.
No,
Well,
he
he's
does go below.
down and back up. No,
That's
he
the
went
wrong
below.
angle.
No, that's if it goes by. If he looked at it and it goes by, this is a good shot.
No, I mean I know he was on that, but it looked like he was. It was trying to be a little bit more to the right, but obviously he shouldn't have a problem with this. But the 9-ball lays a little bit funny. Just got to make sure he's high of the 9.
Nice camera work there. We can see that it does go in the corner, and the cue ball. He'll just ease the cue ball just past the 9.
Slide to the right.
Or will he stay below?
Well, he looked high on the 9.
Yeah,
And stays high.
perfect. A rail and out, and play the 6 in the same pocket. It's just a matter on the 8-ball.
8-ball. Yeah, I think he goes. Well, let's see. Okay.
It looks like he'll probably come 2 rail. Well, that 9-ball. He's going to come 2 rails and lay the cue ball above. I don't think he's going to. He's going to play this on the side. Well, he's looking to play it in the side.
That'd be interesting. From here, it looks good, but when I look up there at the table,
I like going and laying. See those 2 pieces of Predator chalk on the right side there?
right, sit there, right there.
That's where I want to land the cue ball.
It's the Predator 1080 pure chalk.
There you go. One of the sponsors. Why would they have that on? You know this.
Why not? And he's going to hit the big spot Cyclop cue ball on this diamond table.
And that's exactly where he went. Now he wants to stay on the rail. Perfect.
That's fine.
Yeah, perfect.
He's
Now he
got
just
an
slides right
slide.
over for the 9 to shoot it in the same pocket. And he'll take a 4-game lead.
Pretty commanding at this point. Commanding and daunting. Especially considering it's an alternating break format. You can't stop the other guy from breaking and running. Yeah, he's rolling now.
He's on a mission.
6-2, Shane Van Boening quickly trying to make it into the finals versus Alex Bagalayan.
Let's see if adrenaline gets the best of him here and he smacks these.
Yeah, we got a couple letdowns here, I'm going to say, or a little bit, a couple of things that have got Mitch in this position. His break hasn't been as big as it has been. I mean, he's just been monstrous the last couple of days. And then he's missed a couple of opportunities.
Yeah.
And again, he's dry.
That was the monstrous one, but it looks like it was a dry one.
And look where he put the 1 ball.
Oh, yeah. He would have loved to made a ball in the break there.
Yeah, he's not getting a chance to run.
In his first match with Shane, he broke and ran 4 racks.
Yeah, if you're breaking
That's a
running
big
almost
advantage,
half of the
big
racks.
advantage.
And that doesn't even speak to how many racks he won
right.
when he didn't break and run.
Well, the whole thing about it is that he actually gave up a couple of racks to Shane that he could have easily, you figure he would have won. And so he gave a couple of gift-wrapped racks to Shane, and the score was still 9-7. So he had a good match against Shane to begin with, and Shane did not give him the opportunities that he afforded him the first match. But on his break, Mitch controlled his break completely. And now this has been a reverse because Shane has controlled his break.
Beautifully. Oh, that's such a nice shot. The 4 ball was in a tough position, and he just almost like you put your hand there for ball in hand, or put the cue ball for a ball in hand. Does the 5 pass the 7? That's the question.
It looks like, it appears to from here.
And it must, because he played right for it.
No. It appears to. Is he coming straight
by
back?
a mile? My
Yeah,
goodness,
he's
it wasn't even
straight
close.
back. He's right behind the 10. Oh. Pretty straight, but he can force it off the bottom rail.
Thump. He decided to draw it. It's okay. It's much better actually.
I think at this point, Mitch has to feel like it's slipping away.
Definitely. Because Shane's going to try to get to 7-2 and yet another mini break. That's a lot.
Hard to overcome.
But not impossible, says
No.
Fargo Rate.
No. Well, if he can win 14 matches out of 100, he's won one. He's got to win another. But Fargo Rate says that Shane can win 86 matches out of 100. It's a big number.
Yeah, and at 7-2 in a race to 9, what does the Fargo Rate say is the percentages for Mitch Ellerman at this point?
Should we figure that out?
Let's go
Shall
ahead
we plug it in?
Plug it in and see where we are.
Okay.
This is a Fargo Rate seeded event.
Let's hope I don't have to come back into.
No fancy
There we go.
fancy math.
Now, how do we do this? We find.
You do that and
You tell us what's going on.
We'll see if Shane can.
7-2.
Yeah.
What the odds are?
7-2 in a race to 9.
Oh, how would I enter this? Race to. So he'd be going. Shane would be going to race to 2,
Yes.
and Mitch is going to race to 7. Fargo says that Mitch has a 0.5% chance.
So we have a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
The 190 something 9-1 odds.
99.5 to 0.5. I wouldn't sell my house yet, folks.
Not for that one.
Not for that one. Sorry, Mitch. Love you, brother, but
You gotta
I couldn't bet on you from here. I can root for you from here.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I can hope for you from here, but I couldn't put cash on it.
Shane has a tight shot here, but it looks like he can make this and float down for the 1 ball. And when he makes the 2 ball, he might be off to the races to get on the hill.
What a beautiful shot.
And
What
nice
a pretty shot.
Camera work
Yeah.
and all that.
Pretty shot.
He's going to have to have another pretty shot here. Does he have an angle? He does have an angle, so he's going to pound this.
Just coming back.
I think he's pounding this 3 rails. Oh, he can come straight up the table. Oh, the 3 ball goes in the side pocket. I thought it was way high. It still looks high. I like this angle better.
See how he shoots this. Is he drawing away from it, going 3 rails to the middle of the table?
That's what it looks like
Yeah,
as far as looks like what he's
English,
aiming.
Yeah, with his English he is. He's going to
Yeah,
hit it
there's
like
nothing in the
perfect.
way to break to stop him here.
And he's not tree-topped on the 8. He likes everything about this.
How about the 5? What's he do with the 5?
He probably just floats to the side rail and plays the 5 in the corner like that.
Very nicely done. Oh, yeah, he's in machine mode here.
Yeah, this is Shane.
This is why he is he.
This is what I do. So he's basically saying to Mitch, I'm back.
Just in case the memory of beating Shane earlier in the match was still lingering.
It's okay. Mitch can still savor it because that was a big win.
Big win. Mitch has just been playing great this week,
Well,
and it's a pleasure watching him this week.
Yep. Defeated Billy Thorpe, Shane Van Boening, Dennis Hatch.
Dennis Hatch.
All three former Moscone teammates.
Or Moscone members at some point.
Members, yeah. And will he remove the rack? No, I won't bother.
This little rack will flop up in the air. Oh, it didn't. How sad.
This is kind of... well, whether Mitch can come back or not, he has still had a great 2018 U.S. Open tournament.
Absolutely.
He has played exceptionally well.
I think another thing, George, is that I don't think a lot of people have seen him play. He was on the scene a long time ago for a short period of time. He and other West Coast young players back then, like a Louis Ulrich, and of that style of player, you know.
Well,
it's nice to see him.
It's very nice to see him do exceptionally well in tournaments like this. You have to keep in mind he works for a living, where Shane plays pool for a living.
Well,
you know.
Shane also does other things, just in case you didn't know.
Well, he does. He has other ventures, of course, but he's at these major tournaments where, you know, Mitch doesn't travel much to these major tournaments. He played in the West Coast Swing in Phoenix. He didn't go to California. There was two tournaments he could have played in up there.
Big break by Mitch, by the way. He needed that earlier. He probably saying, where was that?
Yep.
Does he go 2 rails around and play the 6-10 combination, or do you think he just draws it back and plays the 6 ball and go from there?
The way the balls lay, I think he draws it back and then plays the 6 down table.
Just what he's doing. And then play the 7-10 combination.
Yes. Or bump the 7 right here. Nope, he's playing the 7-10 combo.
Pretty shot there as well.
He would have liked to stay a little closer to the 7. But then he would be stretching more, so you know it has its benefits and it has its bad points.
Yeah, as a left-hander.
Yeah, he can't make a bridge. He's got to get pretty far back from the cue ball.
Calling the 10, expecting to make it down.
Yep.
Good job. He had an easy one then.
Yeah.
Shane is on the hill, so he's trying to close it out right here.
He had a cheap game there, is what I call those. I like to win cheap games in matches that don't take too much effort. You know, 1 or 2 shots and you're done with it. Those are always nice to win.
I'm trying to look around to see if Alex is already here practicing, and I actually don't see him, but he could be behind all these people.
I could find humor in that one, but I won't say a word. Big break from Shane.
Yeah, he's got that
Balls
comfortable
are flying,
swing.
Balls are flying in. There goes the deuce. Oops, no, the deuce didn't go. The 4 did go, though. He's got a bank shot on the 1 or a safety. At this... Well, Freddie, what would you do here? You're leading 8-3. Do you just bank the 1 ball and play shape on the deuce?
If I could play shape on the deuce, I'd go ahead and bank this, but it's not easy to play the shape on the deuce either.
I think if he banks the ball, the cue ball comes over.
And just slides down there for the 2.
All right. Let me see. Yeah, you're right. It's hard to get over between the 5-7 or to come down beneath the 10-9.
Right.
So...
looks like he's going to, if he just goes forward, he'll go right into those 7, 9, 10 balls.
He might.
Okay, so let's see what the old let's jack it up and draw it back type of, is that what he's going to try to do?
I think so.
Yeah.
He played it.
He played it.
And he's going to get away with it. This is when the table knows who's winning. And, and it's
and
already,
what time it is.
It's already picked the winner.
Pick the winner?
Yeah. Rail first. This is a makeable shot. And it's makeable with shape. Or is he's trying to, he wants to kick this. The way he just motioned there, he wants to stick behind the 3. I would try to make the ball.
No.
I would try to make the ball off the bottom rail. Rail first. But then again, I'm not Mitch Ellerman.
There must have been a good reason. But he's left it open for Shane, and it looks like, I don't know, he's got the 5 ball there, so maybe just draws back to the rail.
You're probably right. You'll probably put the ball between the 5 and the rail. Nope, he's right behind the 5. Good break for Mitch.
I think you got to jump this now.
You know, let's say he comes back to the table and can convert to a win. He's at 4. He breaks and runs out. He's at 5.
There you go. And now it's closer.
It's a closer game. And he puts a little pressure on Shane. Not that he'll feel it, but he puts a little pressure on Shane.
This doesn't look
and of course, he can always make this jump. There you go.
And then what?
And then he jumps it
Jump
again.
again.
Or he's going to keep he's going to keep it up. He says, "I'm going to play with this. I'm going to play you this last rack with the jump cue."
Only with the jump cue. Here we go. There's something very important. You have to wiggle that ring finger, or else you can't possibly jump.
Well,
this is not going to leave.
This is wow.
There's just. Where's this? I mean, you think he'll fire this ball? Or just safe behind those balls over there.
I think he plays safe behind either those the balls on the left
or the ball on the one
right.
on the right.
Yeah, he's got balls to hide behind, and he's chosen to go behind those balls with the object ball and behind the 5 with the cue ball.
Good shot. Two rails behind. Call the ball in the pocket up table probably. No, I think that's a scratch. So maybe the 6 ball. Yeah, he's calling the 7 ball. Call the 7. Yeah, if he tries to come up thin and shoot the 3 ball up table, it'll probably go right into the side pocket. So it looks like he wants to hit this full, fairly full.
It wouldn't be a bad call to call. Well, it's too tough to come off the rail and into the 3 and call the 10 in the side.
The 10 on the side? Oh, why not?
But it doesn't. You have to hit the ball too thick, and it's still going to go above the 10.
So he's already called the 6. I don't know if he retracted, but 7. I'm sorry, 7. You know, I haven't confused the 6 and 7 many times. I just did like 3 times in this set. Good opportunity for Mitchell.
Mm-hmm. I think we've actually been pretty good not confusing those two. I
think so.
I usually confuse them, but maybe this bigger monitor. And
that's right. They got a good monitor.
It shows us the color a lot better. Same with the 5-3.
He's got to put a stroke on this one. You know, now we've noticed when he does the 1-stroke jab is when he's stretched out. He must feel a little uncomfortable. I know exactly how that feels.
I think he's going for this.
I think that's all he can do at this point.
And he can just hold the cue ball there, go into the 8 with the cue ball.
Yeah, pockets are tight.
Good and tight. And this might spell Gudenbye.
The only thing to guard against is getting behind the 9.
Little rail first action off the bottom rail. Or you just got to come off the ball. And
it looks like he's 3-railing this just to make sure that he's not even going to flirt with any of these balls. It's a bit funny. Now
it's a bit of a cut.
Yeah.
But
and now it's whether or not the 10 ball, you can draw a wedge down there and see how big the landing zone is to block the 9 ball. And even if he does, he'll jump it.
Small wedge.
Yeah, there you go. This is behind the 10. Coming up and behind the 10. Right in the wedge, just so you know.
And now
the jump shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
The jump
You
shot.
know, you just got to give it some flavor, right? So you got to
It's
play to a
amazing.
jump shot.
Isn't that amazing? That's exactly what we talked about, and that's exactly what had to happen.
Mhm.
It's like it
Well,
had to happen.
You might have done it on purpose
I mean,
just to
just to-
stick that knife in Mitch's side. Said, you think he has a chance, huh?
I think that Mitch saw exactly that happening, that if it went behind
Sure.
the 10, it's such an easy jump. Of
Mm.
course, we're saying it's such an easy jump, and then I can't imagine that he's going to miss this ball. And the way these jump cues are, you almost have just, all you have to do is drop the cue ball, the cue stick on there, and it jumps right over.
I think he's 98% to make
I
this.
think so. I mean, oh, look, he's. This is terrible. After
Is he
all
g-
that, now he's just going to kick at it. Maybe from the angle it looks much tougher, but from the
Mhm.
monitor, you know.
He's
the
pretty close.
We're monitor warriors. This is so easy. But,
I haven't missed a ball from here yet when I called it.
well, I wish I could say the same thing.
This is why I leave these tournaments thinking I can play, because I watch this and I never miss a ball.
Yeah.
For the match, and a 9-3 win over Mitch Ellerman.
Uh-oh.
Is uncomfortable with
Uh-oh.
this?
I guess so.
Someone say something to
I
him?
don't know.
You hear something? Oh, he's got a fly bothering him in his face.
Getting sharked by the fly.
Shark him again.
And that's the match. Shane Van Boening goes through. Congratulations to Mitch Ellerman for a fine tournament.
Way to go, Lefty.
We'll see you at the finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a nice round of applause for Mitch Ellerman. Yes, sir. And let's all wish him good luck this week at the boot camp. He deserves it. He's a great player. Our finals will be coming up in approximately 40 minutes back here.